Welcome to another episode, an exciting episode of the Daily High with Tone Vays and Matt McGregor. Where are you? Where the hell are you, Tone?
I am in Rotan, Honduras. Wow, this island is absolutely incredible. I had a few days in between the El Salvador having party. You can see it on my shirt, and Biplac Boom in Dallas, and decided to stop by this island. The guys, they own this massive property with a resort. It's called Prospera. You guys can look it up. We were there yesterday checking it out. It could be a future financial summit venue. It is that nice. We were just like in shock what we were seeing right on the beach, and staying at this marina hotel. It's like based on a pirate theme. Apparently, this is a pirate island. So you can see it right here. The camera's gonna follow me around. Just give you guys a quick 30-second tour. Maybe I'll do a stream with this angle tomorrow. It'll be nicer. The camera doesn't go like a full 360 around, so I have to go a little bit this way. Hope you guys can see. And then there's like, oh, whoa, 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 camera's running away from me there. Went too fast. There we go. Then there's this pole. I'm outside the camera view. Can't handle poles very well. But yeah, so here's the view, and the ocean is absolutely gorgeous. We're gonna go. I'm not ready for diving, but I might go do some scuba diving. There is really, really cool stuff. Just keep an eye on my Instagram for more. I got one of my friends with me that's always in. We're gonna say hi to Winston. You already see him in the live chat in a minute. All right, let's do some charts and go from there.
All right. Well, I'm jealous. You've been in El Salvador and Honduras, and I've been in rural country Victoria. So we've all won, I suppose, this week. But I'm back home now, back in my home. So you want to go first? Go first. Don't start the week off. Start the week off, please. It's been a great week. End.
Okay, well, no, why don't you go? Because I did a show on my channel yesterday, so my audience is more familiar with my thoughts. Why don't you go first?
All right, let's do it. Just move my head. All right, so I'll start. I'll start on the weekly and work my way down. I'll start on the weekly and work my way down. It has been the strangest thing. Like we had, there's going to be a lot of comments in the comment section saying the last show we did was on Friday, and Tony and I were both bearish. Okay, we were bearish to a point. All right. The fact is, we're traders, so
We
at
were
that point,
also,
I was.
Matt, we were also bearish for a reason.
Yeah, right. Total reason. We were below. Yeah, we were bearish for a reason, and I'm very bullish right now. So from 67,885, I'm in a massive long, 8x leveraged. I didn't miss the move. I'm up in sensational profit once again. So you can hate me all you like. I'm in the profit. I caught the trade. The weekly looks great. We had the weekly 9. It did come down. We're back above it all the way now. So I'm really excited for this week to see what happens. But I would love next week to be the big week where we really kick off just for the sake of the MRI. But either way, we're very, very close to getting all-time highs. Let's do it. Let's do a measured move for how far we are currently.
Well, I say 1.5%.
It's it's
Two.
well, it's 2 now, but it would have been where we were at the top of the wick here. That would have been probably under 1.5% from all-time highs. What more can you ask for? It's a wonderful day. We're back in the high life again on Bitcoin. I'll go down to the 3-day time frame because the 3-day is something that I really really love. I got into the trade off the 2 days ago when this candle opened. So we had the recovery, and then when as soon as the candle opened, this is a tiny data error right here, but as soon as that candle opened, I wanted the MRI buy because we closed above the 7 simple moving average. So on the 3-day time frame, we were above every single moving average on
Oh,
Alpha
hey,
metrics.
Matt. Hey, Matt.
Yeah,
So,
mate.
so this is the trade from Friday. So the last time we did a show, which to me feels like ages ago because I've already been through like 2 countries and missed my connecting flight and was a so that blue sea blue line at
Yeah.
67,885. that is the trade that you entered before our last show, right? So this is the same long, or it's a new long
A new
that you
long.
didn't have before our last show?
A new long. It's a new long once again. And in the lower time frames, I'll show you. It's a separate long. I've been trading right through this. We'll call it a W phase. I'll go down to the lower time frames right now to make more sense of it. The dailies really is really good, but the 4 hours where it's at. So I wanna hit on that really hard. I love this. I love that the moving average. We did have the bearish cross right here, and I love when the bearish cross is only set in for a day or two. You can recalibrate, and we're going back bullish again. There's nothing to say here. If we can close this day, above that $73,000, it'll be the highest daily close of all time. Very little TA I can to give you up here. The 4 hours. I know this is a ramble, but look at the 4 hour is where I can show you what I did. This is what I said might happen, and then I'll be. Remember on Friday show, I think it was. I said, look, I'll be gloating about this in a week. Sometimes I overthink my own strategy a little bit. When we came down, actually, I'll leave the MRI on because it looks really cool. When we came down the first time and we got inside the green wave on a 4 hour time frame with a green diamond, I was very, very interested in a buy here, which I did take with a stop loss below the MRI support and resistance zone. I caught the trade up here and got a 20% gain, and then we got out of it, and I caught it again and got out of it again. And I had a couple of little like break even tiny little profits through here before I got fully locked and loaded and the thing kicked off. But when we were down here on the last show, I remember exactly we were closing in again at 66,000. And I said that if we come back down and retest the MRI support and resistance zone again, I am not positive anymore. But this is one of those times. That would have been right. If we had come down here and broken through, I would not have been interested in buying. I would have had to look lower. But this is one of those times. Like, I'll just turn that off for a second. Textbook alphanumerics, and I didn't play it as well as alphanumerics did. It's one of those times where your indicator outperforms you. This was the buy. The back inside, this is hindsight trading at its finest, but it's good to reflect on your systems, like my own system that I built, going back inside the green wave off a green diamond is the buy zone. And then to incorporate the MRI as well, I should have had
well,
more.
Matt, my system outperformed me as well because we touched the MRI support zone 3 times, and I did not think that it would hold, and it held.
Yeah, I've thought about it over the weekend, why I didn't just do what I would normally do and just buy exactly here with a stop loss below the MRI support and just sit through it. And I realized what it was. Because I'm still fully locked and loaded from 17,200 spot. I've got another position on which is almost the same size at 27,200 spot. I didn't change any of those positions, but my leverage trading this year has started to get a bit ahead of myself. Because I'm using more and more leverage, getting more and more confident, using bigger and bigger positions, I'm feeling the need to put in tighter stop losses and get out of trades quickly because it's just been working. It's been working this year so well to be taking profits. So I think that's why I didn't use my normal system here where I would normally use this as an entry for a 1x or 2x or a spot position would have been the perfect buy. But it's because I've been levering up so much. And I like that we came out of this and I can reflect back. It's not hindsight trading. It's reflecting on my own trading performance and see, well, I should have just done what I would normally have done. And I realized why. It's because I've been getting greedy and I've just caught myself out getting greedy. But then I was greedy again here and it worked. So what do you do? I don't know. I'll just go down on the daily time frame and just finish off my rant here. That'll probably be
That's 1 hour.
MRI.
That's 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. Yeah, I knew that would be an MRI. Yeah, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. We're just looking at the 1 hour time frame here. Still above all the moving averages. Starting to get a little bit overbought, but no, I'm extremely confident. I can't wait to see, Tone, where that box is on your weekly time frame, and I'd love your thoughts on if that's still viable. Before I go any further, do you have any thoughts on what I just said about how I maybe got in my own way because I've been getting greedy and levering up so much. Have you ever caught yourself in a position where you've just been right so many times in a row that you start to get a bit like, hey, I'm just going to lever the shite out of this thing, and you had to catch yourself and bring it back to reality? Oh, I've lost your tone. You're off mic there, man.
Yeah, so I was muted. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. I do have a wind protector, so hopefully that
No,
isn't
it's perfect, mate. No stress.
so uh yeah, you based on your trading recently, you've been doing on reasonably well, as well as anyone I've ever seen in my entire life experience of trading. So, and you are taking on bigger and bigger positions, and it's the thing that ugly old goat always said: good traders become small traders. So I say when you move to Japan in a couple of weeks, just cut your trading back into half, right? Or even just, you know what, new start, new country. You've been when we started the show, you were trading like $150,000 contracts. Now you're trading 250 up to 300,000 in
More,
contracts. So
more, five,
I would
seven.
honestly, if I were you, I would just go back to 100, start with 100,000 contracts and see if you can work your way back to 300 from 100,000. You know, I would just, it's something Ugly says that actually makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
It resonates. What Ugly, a great example. Because I started this year, I cleaned out this account at the start of the year, and I only put zero point 0.2 Bitcoin in this account. It's blown up. It's blown up. I mean, it's not just good trading. The market's been really positive. I've only one way traded, so it's been all right. But I've been rolling over, rolling over, rolling over. But so yeah, I take that on board. Tone, thank you for that. Before we go any further, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends. Please leave a comment if you like the show or hate the show. I don't care. I'll engage either way. Please use the affiliate links in the description below and sign up for the Discord group. That Discord group is, I've been enjoying it so much. It's been flushed with new people. 600-700 people in there now. The bang box signals haven't lost a trade yet since they've started firing. Get in there, talk to us, make some new friends. If you like traders, these guys are really good. They range from novices to pretty bloody advanced, more than me. But they love the bang box signals, and it's a great community. Totally free. Just use the links in the description below. 2bit and BitGet, and you're all the way. Tone, take us away, mate.
Oh, also, there's another show going to be on this channel in about 2 hours.
It's our dear friends. If you know Mike Williams, he's a Dutch guy. He's absolutely excellent. He's done a lot of presenting at the Financial Summit, in the two that I've been to. He's been fantastic. Really, really top of his game. And then Sami Loyal, who everyone knows Sami Loyal. I've met him 2 or 3 times as well. Sami Loyal is one of the nicest guys. I don't know why he cops a lot of flack on Twitter. It's just the same nonsense. He is the kind of guy that will sit with you at dinner and listen to you and talk to you. He's the nicest, most humble, bloody terrific guy. They're going to do a show together to launch on the Financial Summit Network in 2 hours. You've got to check it out. These guys are consummate professionals. And then from here on, once a week, they'll be doing their own private shows on the Financial Summit. The Financial Summit Network is becoming what Tone always envisioned it to be, and what I wanted it to be was a series of shows and now we've got Justin Ballou on as well, a variety show where you can take what you want from it, and if you don't like it, don't watch that show. But it's going to be a one-stop shop. Tone, that's enough spiel, please.
All right, awesome. Let's go to my chart. So I did do a video, a 1 hour long video yesterday from the airport, in between my flights, and I'm going to review a little bit about that. Let's go with the high level stuff. This is my outlook for next year, for this year, since the halving. As you can see, my projections from 1 year ago, from January, we've now exceeded my expectations of where we would be at this point in time. That is a great sign. We have our target, the underside of the upwards sloping trend line that supported the price prior to the last halving. And I guess the later we hit the underside of that trend line, the higher the price would go. And if we don't hit it until a year from now, that would be at approximately $200,000. So that's what I'm really, really looking forward to. Oh, wait, what happened here? Hold on. Okay, here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart this week, as you can see, is on extension C and B. That usually indicates the ending to an upward trend. We're also on the first candle after an MRI sell. This also indicates a week where you should not take on bullish positions. Of course, Bitcoin is a little bit different. We are in the middle of a halving pump. Also, based on the inflows into the ETFs, there were more inflows than outflows into the ETFs last week. It was approximately 7,000 Bitcoin. Right after the show, I will update those numbers to be the most accurate numbers for last week on my spreadsheet, and I'll probably show it tomorrow how last week panned out. Here is the box. We can still make it into that box the week of the halving, which would be interesting. I was hoping we'd get there a few weeks ago, but we did not. I have not deleted the box yet. And when we get to the daily chart, or sorry, the 4-day chart, here's what I talked about. So I moved this reduction of my position. I did this on Wednesday or Thursday, and in reality, this would have been significantly higher. But for the sake of trolls, I put it right at the bottom of the candle. And because I trade GBTC, I actually don't have a problem with this. This is still consolidation. And the move that I'm looking for is this kind of move. This is the move I'm looking for. And I don't care if I miss out on a part of my portfolio in the middle of consolidation. At the bottom of this candle, this looked nasty with a moving average crossover, looking like it's going to be another 40–50% correction going into the halving, reaching the long-term support line. In hindsight, this looks like a bad move, but in reality, this wasn't a bad move. And those that are able to trade on, derivative exchanges, like the one Matt promotes, which he can trade on, you could have exited right here the moment the moving average is crossed, which on the daily chart, I indicated in my video, the time to get nervous and bearish was the moment the red star candle showed up. When did the red star candle show up? Well, the moment you started trading below the prior candle's low. So I'm going to make this line red. That's the moment you can cut your trade short. When is the time to go back into a long position? Well, the moment the green candle, the green star candle shows up. Well, when did that happen? Well, that happens when, again, you cross the prior candle's high, which is right there. And this green star actually remained because the candle ended up closing higher than the prior candle. Okay, so I'm going to make this green. So if you follow these rules, your missed opportunity was like 2%, which is not a big deal at all for Bitcoin, which tends to move 10–15%. Now, if you are Tone Vase and you are the worst trader in the history of the planet, what was your missed opportunity? Well, the missed opportunity was panicking on the last tick of that crashed candle and then buying back on the highest tick of today's candle. And remember, I haven't gotten back in yet because I can get back in. I have we just started trading 10 minutes ago on the traditional markets, and but I'm doing the show. I'm not in my trading account. So there's my missed opportunity of 12%, but it's not really 12% because I didn't sell everything. I sold a fraction of my bullish trade because I wasn't comfortable experiencing a 20% loss. So therefore, I will be going back in. I am very confident now that we're going higher. We have resolved the moving average situation on the 4-day chart. This candle is going to close in a day and a half. I do not expect this to crash again, and I do expect this to now move in the direction of the inflation-adjusted all-time high, which is probably now, so that's not inflation-adjusted, that is a Fibonacci extension. The inflation-adjusted is at 78. It's on one of my other charts somewhere. There, that's the inflation-adjusted at 78. Now, what are still some of my concerns? Well, according to the weekly MRI trading, I'm not supposed to enter long on current candle. But if you look at the daily time scale, we had a green star candle yesterday. I'm going to delete all these lines. I think my point has been made. According to the daily chart, we are very, very bullish. We are above all the moving averages. They are all rising. They are all in proper sequence. We had a green star candle. We just broke the prior swing high, and we are about to break the all-time high. I cannot be any more bullish on the daily time frame. So I will be taking my chances by using the daily time frame and its bullishness, that this weekly bearishness and weekly toppingness, along with the FOMO of the halving, is going to continue into a second consecutive weekly MRI top. And you know what? And if, let's say, going backwards, let's say I missed this MRI buy opportunity, and then I missed this green star buy opportunity back in September when the price was 25,500, and then 28,500. And I stayed patient, and I stayed risk averse, and I waited till we broke the moving averages, and I waited till we broke out of the range, and I finally decided to buy at 30,000 instead of 25,000. Who cares? Look at this run up. Okay, the run up was 56%. And that's what I mean. It was more important to preserve my capital because I'm a very different trader than Matt. I give you guys a guide on protecting your savings in your net worth retirement account. Matt is more of a gunslinger in the wild, wild west with leverage day trading. Okay, you guys get two perspectives. Sometimes, very rarely, we're both going to be right because we have completely different styles. And that's what people have to understand. And that's the beauty of the show. You get two different perspectives and two different styles, even though we both agree 90% of the time on the general direction. Okay. And before we go, because the show is already running a little bit long, real quick, I'm going to come off my stream for a second. I'm going to give a mic, and now you guys going to hear the wind because this mic has no wind protector. And if the wind is too much, I'll give Winston my mic instead. Let's get the camera here. All right, he's about to dox himself. This is Winston from oh, shit, hold on. I got to stop the AI lock. This is Winston. You've seen him in my live chat all the time. He's a moderator in my live chat. He was in El Salvador. He joined me here in Honduras. He was sitting next to me at the airport. We both missed our flights. There's another friend with us as well. And during my live stream, because he was hearing me at the table next to me, grabs his laptop, actually sits right next to me. I didn't know what he was doing. I thought he just wanted to come into the live chat. But what did you do during my live stream yesterday?
I entered a dgen trade at 69.7.
69,700. How big was your long?
It's 140,000 contracts.
At what X leverage?
20x.
20x leverage. He went 20x leverage at 69.7. He was sitting right next to me. So after my stream was over, he showed it to me. I'm like, holy shit. Then the price dips a little bit. And I was going to bed. It was like 69.2. And then we both wake up this morning. It's like I hear him screaming from like the room next door.
Well, we're all responsible for our own trades. And I just have to, gather up all the information and educate yourself on this. Right. But yeah, I guess I'm lucky I was watching the show and listening in.
Yeah, so he was literally next to me and doing that. Meanwhile, the keyboard warriors are complaining about how wrong I was, and he's taking his opportunity. You know what? Maybe I should go long right now. And he did massively.
Thank you.
All right, yeah, you see him in the live chat all the time. All right, guys.
Thanks, Winston. That's great.
Today's Monday. The market just opened. I want a sneak peek at the S&P 500. I'm really curious, and then we're going to wrap up the show. All right, the oil market as well is at a significant high, almost at an annual high. You guys hear me okay, right?
Loud and clear.
Gold is at a new all-time high as well. Now, gold is on a weekly MRI warning. Be careful. Be careful with gold. It's got toppiness going on, and gold has been very correlated with Bitcoin. So let's see if they both top a little bit. We have the S&P 500 flirting with all-time highs. Nothing to panic about yet. and I'm sure MSTR. Wow, MSTR is not crushing it this morning. Look at that. It's still significantly lower than its all-time high. That is interesting. So that's still 23% from its all-time high. Bitcoin is only 2% from its all-time high, but MSTR is 23%. There could be an opportunity there. That's all I will say. I have not looked at Bitfarms in a long time. I've kind of given up on Bitcoin miners this close to the halving. You can see Bitfarms at $2, CleanSpark at 16. And the only other thing I want to pull up, something I have not pulled up in a long time. Let's see if I can even find that chart. Maybe it's in my saved charts. This would be my time to halving. I have two time to halving charts. These are super, super cool. I'm going to try to pull up one more. Let me see here. This is the all 4 time to halving. You can see this has been the longest path. And I just want to pull up one more here. 1 second. I have another time to halving. It's going to be a longer show than usual. Our producer is going to yell at us after the show, but that's okay. We'll make up for it with a short show tomorrow. But we're excited. It's all-time high. And this is the more conservative version. Okay, so let's go with the all-time. So this is all 4 Bitcoin trends. You can see this dotted line because Bitcoin had no price from the Genesis block until about a year into Bitcoin's life. And then it picked it up. And also the percent rise in the very first halving cycle was just unreasonable. And it kind of squishes the others. But you can see how this current path has been the longest. I can't wait to start a 4th path in 2 weeks. This might be the chart I'll talk about the most. And you can see this is the 3rd epoch. I'm calling them epochs. And these were the lows in this box. The highs were at different times. The highs came earlier. So this is why I have this one. This one is only the recent 3 that are having. So you can see if it all, starts at the same price. How did the halvings do? The current one is in black. And then I'm going to slide everything over. I'm going to redo this entire chart, starting with the latest halving date. It's going to look super cool. We're going into its 5th epoch. Its 5th halving cycle. And you can see how we topped just before the halving in the last 2 cycles. We did not do that this time. I don't think we're going to do it this time. I think we're going to break out. And this is what has happened the prior 3 times. Right halving. So after the halving, we tend to start that bull cycle. So just wanted to pull this up one more time, one of my cooler charts. All right, Matt, any final comments? You want to close us out?
Yeah, I love that tone. I'll take back screen share for a second.
There you go.
Thanks again, guys, for joining us today. I know it's a longer show, but all-time highs. Let's go. The Mike and Sami show tonight in what, an hour and a half? An hour and a half from now?
It's in an hour and a half from now. It'll be 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. Sami Loyal, him as Forflies. Been on my channel a couple of times. I've been on his. Mike Williams, you guys probably don't know, but he did an amazing job at Financial Summit. Great trader, great educator. It's awesome having them on a Financial Summit on a weekly show. And we'll do other shows once I'm done with my travels. I'd love to do more of an education show on this channel, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, that's great. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. Please use the affiliate links and the Discord group. It's all there for you in the description below. Tone, thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day out there, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, man. Bye, guys.